Well, good morning. This is a really interesting combination, and I was just recanting something in my head about my past and some things I went through and that were really, really hard, that have kind of molded me in my after adult life. I mean, this happened in my adult life, but it set the stage for a lot of issues with emotion and things like that. And it's funny that I pull these cards. I literally was just doing this, and these are random. And this is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is the Nine of Swords. And the story is long. It's a very long story, so I can't really go into the story. It's not that I don't want to be private. I may put it on my YouTube, go into the story a little bit. But basically, this is about times where you're in this mode, this stressed mode, like it is unbelievable. Like you have stuff that's going on in your life that just doesn't stop. Like it's one thing and then another thing and then another thing. And you just have to kind of keep taking it and dealing with it. And you have to stay strong, right? You just have to stay strong because you have to. I mean, you don't have a choice. And every time something else happens, you get stronger and you hold more in and you become more I don't know, within yourself, because you're just trying to keep being stronger and stronger and stronger. And no one is taking any of the problems from you. I mean, you can't not be strong because there's no one else that can be strong. Like, happened to be my ex. Like, I had to be strong because he certainly wasn't. I had to be strong for my kids, for him. It just got to the point where I was just dealing with it was stair step. And when I finally imploded, and I did, I was with a male figure in my life that didn't do anything. And from that, a beginning started. That beginning was not a good beginning. Okay, so this is kind of like twofold. This was not a great beginning because what happened was I went in because I did not get, when I just exploded and just lost it and cried and bawled, the person I was with did not give me what I would expect from somebody, from a father. I didn't get a pat on the back. I didn't get a, it'll be okay. I didn't get a, I'm sorry you're going through this. I didn't get anything. And from that point on, I never let my emotions out again. I was not going to let anyone know I was weak, so to speak. This lasted years. And when I say years, 12 or probably 13, maybe 14 years. Matter of fact, I didn't let into my emotions again until after I lost my father. So, long story, this one's the one that's going to go on YouTube. The lesson is, when you hold things in and you allow this anxiety and this worry and this where you have to be strong and strong and strong. And this is real shit. I'm not talking about just in your head. I mean, really shit happening, like the things happening that you have to be strong and strong and strong and strong and strong and strong. And you can't give in. It's because you can't lose faith and you can't lose hope because it has to do with your kids or your, people that are close to you and important to you. And then when you finally do and you don't get that feedback that you need so bad, I really think that like that was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made, to think that I needed someone to comfort me, absolutely, but I allowed it to just let me cover everything up after that. I never cried another day for 14 years, or probably 13 years before I even cried again. I would not do it. I was not going to put myself in a position where I felt like I wasn't going to get the comfort I needed. And these cards remind me of that. But I don't know what the lesson is, other than even when something like that happens, you had to be so strong, right? I was so strong for so long, and it had to do with both my kids and my ex, and I had to be strong for all of them and all of the things, and still go to work every day and still show up. I had to show up, show up, show up, show up, show up, show up for months. This was not an overnight thing. It was months. And then when I finally had to, like, gave in to my emotions and allowed myself to break down to the one person that I thought would take care of me, because that's what dads do, it didn't happen. And I think that that's expectations too. Like, I set the expectation that he would do that, instead of going, okay, this sucked, and I like let loose and I needed comfort and he didn't give it to me. I allowed it to really take over my life, and maybe it needed to, but I think that this is really an important message, to really know that it's hard. Like, I think instead of counting on those people that you think should be the one to count on, because it's not his fault, he just was not groomed that way to be caregiving. And then to me, who is a very strong woman, to actually, I probably shocked him, looking back, hindsight, he's probably like, what the hell, that she doesn't ever break down, that's not the way she works. So he could have been totally shocked and not known what to do. And I didn't blame him. Well, I did, I guess. But anyway, okay, so this is one. I just want you to know that there's other ways to reach out to people. And I think the great thing, okay, and I know I'm bringing up my coaching and I'm not pushing myself. I am pushing when you feel like you can't move on and you can't go on and you keep going and you can't do it, and you know that someone does care. They really do. But it might not be mom, dad. It might not be sister, brother. It might not be husband. They may not be able to give you what you need at that time. So that's when it's really important to reach out to find what you do need. Don't let go until you find somewhere where you can break down. You can give up for a temporary amount of time, and you know that they will hold you strong. This goes so deep for me. I'm telling you, this combination is like, but I'm doing this now, and I have found people, and even if I just have to implode on myself, if that's what I do, that's what I do, because I'm not doing this anymore, Anyway, have a beautiful, glorious day.